America loves oil. It's the lifeblood of our economy, fueling everything from our cars to our industries. Oil is deeply embedded in the American way of life. We love it so much, we're the world's largest producer. Our oil fields stretch across vast landscapes, and our refineries work around the clock. We pump out millions of barrels every single day. From the heart of Texas to the plains of North Dakota, oil flows like a river. You'd think with all that black gold, we'd be swimming in it, right? Our storage tanks are filled to the brim, and pipelines snake across the country. Well, here's the thing. We also consume a ton of oil. Our highways are packed with cars, our industries are voracious, and our daily lives are intertwined with oil. And a lot of that consumption relies on imports. Despite our massive production, we still need to bring in oil from other countries to meet our demands. Yes, you heard that right. The United States, the land of oil tycoons and gushing wells, still relies on other countries to quench its thirst for crude. The United States, the land of oil tycoons and gushing wells, still relies on other countries to quench its thirst for crude. It's a paradox that baffles many. It's a head-scratcher, a real wait-what moment. How can a country so rich in oil still need to import so much of it? How can a country produce so much oil yet still depend on imports? The answer lies in the complexities of our oil infrastructure and global trade. The answer, my friends, is more complicated than a Texas oil baron's tax returns. It's a tangled web of economics, infrastructure, and global politics. It's a tangled web of economics, infrastructure, and global politics. Our oil industry is a complex beast, influenced by market demands, geopolitical tensions, and logistical challenges. So buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the oily abyss of American energy dependence. We'll explore the intricacies of our oil addiction and uncover the reasons behind this great paradox. Enter the shale oil revolution. This groundbreaking shift in the energy landscape promised to reshape the future of oil production and consumption in the United States. Fracking, the controversial but undeniably impactful technology, unlocked vast reserves of oil trapped in shale rock formations. This method, involving the high-pressure injection of fluid into subterranean rocks, fractures the rock and releases the oil within. Production skyrocketed, and for a moment it seemed like America might finally achieve energy independence. The sheer volume of oil being extracted was unprecedented, leading to a surge in domestic oil supplies. But hold your horses, oil enthusiasts. The story doesn't end with just an increase in oil production. There are complexities and challenges that come with this newfound abundance. This new abundance came with a catch. The infrastructure in place wasn't ready to handle this sudden influx of shale oil. See, our refineries, those massive industrial behemoths that process crude oil into usable products like gasoline, weren't exactly built for this new kid on the block. They were designed for a different type of crude oil altogether. They were designed for heavier, more sulfurous crude, the kind we used to import from places like Venezuela and the Middle East. This type of crude oil has different properties and requires different processing techniques. Shale oil, on the other hand, is lighter and sweeter. This means it has less sulfur and is easier to refine, but only if the refinery is equipped to handle it. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, only with more explosions and potential environmental disasters. The mismatch between the type of oil and the refinery's capabilities can lead to significant operational risks. Upgrading refineries to handle this new type of oil is expensive and time-consuming. It requires significant investment in new technology and infrastructure, as well as extensive planning and coordination. It's like trying to remodel your kitchen while hosting Thanksgiving dinner for your entire extended family. The chaos and stress of managing both tasks simultaneously can be overwhelming, messy, stressful, and likely to end in tears. The process of adapting to this new oil landscape is fraught with challenges, but it's a necessary step if we are to fully harness the potential of the shale oil revolution. Here's another wrinkle in the great American oil saga: the cost of producing domestic crude oil. Shale oil, which has become a significant part of the U.S. oil landscape, is more expensive to produce than the heavy crude our refineries are built for. This is because the extraction process is more complex and resource-intensive. Extracting oil from shale rock is a costly endeavor, requiring advanced technology and significant resources. The process involves hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, which uses high-pressure water, sand, and chemicals to break the rock and release the oil. Meanwhile, those massive oil tankers crisscrossing the oceans, they're surprisingly efficient. These tankers can carry vast amounts of oil across great distances, making them a cost-effective option for transporting oil. Transporting oil by sea, while not exactly environmentally friendly, is often cheaper than moving it by land, especially over long distances. The economies of scale achieved by these tankers make them a preferred choice for many oil companies. And let's not forget about those pesky pipelines, or lack thereof. Pipelines are crucial for transporting oil from production sites to refineries, but building new ones is fraught with challenges. Building new pipelines to transport domestic shale oil to refineries is about as popular as a skunk at a garden party. The process is met with significant opposition from environmental groups and local communities. Political opposition, environmental concerns, and the sheer cost of construction all create significant roadblocks. These factors make it difficult to expand the pipeline infrastructure needed to efficiently transport domestic oil. So we're stuck with a system that favors importing cheaper oil, even if it means relying on countries with questionable human rights records. This reliance on foreign oil complicates the geopolitical landscape and raises ethical concerns about our energy consumption. As we navigate these complexities, the push for renewable energy sources becomes even more critical. Investing in solar, wind, and other sustainable options could help reduce our dependence on both expensive domestic shale oil and foreign imports. The future of energy lies in innovation and sustainability. By embracing new technologies and cleaner energy sources, we can create a more stable and ethical energy landscape for generations to come. Oil, my friends, is not just about supply and demand. It's a geopolitical chess match, with countries vying for control of this precious resource. The United States, despite its domestic production, is a major player in this global game. Remember the 1973 oil crisis? Yeah, that little event seared itself into the American psyche. It taught us the hard way that relying too heavily on a few oil-rich nations can have disastrous consequences. Fast forward to today, and globalization has only intensified the interconnectedness of the oil market. It's a tangled web of alliances, rivalries, and economic interests, all vying for a piece of the black gold pie. But wait, there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon. The rise of electric vehicles is slowly but surely chipping away at our dependence on gasoline. As more people embrace electric cars, the demand for oil, particularly for transportation, is projected to decline. This shift away from gasoline is a game changer. It reduces our vulnerability to oil price shocks and decreases the incentive for oil companies to invest in expensive refinery upgrades. Of course, the transition to a fully electric transportation system will take time, but the writing is on the wall for fossil fuels. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the slogan shouted from every oil-soaked pickup truck. Drill, baby, drill. This simplistic mantra suggests that increasing domestic drilling will magically solve all our energy woes. But as we've seen, it's not that simple. We can't just drill our way to energy independence. Our refineries aren't equipped to handle the type of oil we're drilling, and the global nature of the oil market means we're still subject to price fluctuations and geopolitical turmoil. It's like trying to solve a complex equation by just adding more numbers. Sure, you might get a bigger number, but it won't necessarily be the right answer. The American oil conundrum is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. As long as the world remains hooked on fossil fuels, we'll continue to see conflicts, environmental degradation, and economic instability. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is a stark reminder of the dangers of fossil fuel dependence. The billions of dollars in revenue Russia earns from oil and gas sales have fueled its war machine, prolonging the conflict and causing untold suffering. This is not just a European problem, it's a global crisis that demands a unified response. We need to break free from the grip of fossil fuels and transition to cleaner, more sustainable energy sources. The American energy landscape is a complex and ever-changing terrain. There's no easy solution, no magic bullet. We need a multi-pronged approach that addresses both our short-term energy needs and our long-term sustainability goals. This means investing in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal. It means improving energy efficiency and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. And it means engaging in honest and informed discussions about the trade-offs and challenges involved in transitioning to a cleaner energy future. The future of American energy is not about drilling our way to prosperity. It's about innovating, adapting, and embracing a more sustainable path. It's about breaking free from the shackles of fossil fuel dependence and forging a new energy future for ourselves and generations to come. It won't be easy, but hey, as we Americans like to say, nothing worth having ever is.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.